Well, I wish I had a scale, because I'm gonna guess that's probably like 2 pounds of dirt that came off the floor after cleaning the frame. Oh yeah. Let's finish this up. We can officially say that I have finally stripped the frame down to all its bare components. We're not taking the strut or the shock crossbar off. We're not going to take this off. So there's going to be a couple areas that are going to be hard to get to try to get cleaned out. But the leaf spring mounts are off. And I got to say, I think that would have been a miserable job if I didn't go out and spend $130 on this air hammer. I was prepared to go ahead and just buy a cheap Harbor Freight one, but had two friends tell me that they did the same thing and wound up buying a better air hammer. So I went out and just went to Northern Tool and bought this. Let me see if I can give you the item number. Item number, can you see that? I can't see that. 48089. And highly recommended, and a much more enjoyable job with a set of air muffs on. And these are 21 bucks at Home Depot. So get the ear muffs, because I'm not fatigued or ringing or anything now that I used the correct tools for the job. I did go through about one and just a little bit over of the grinding wheels to get it all done. This side was not as forgiving. I did have to grind them down before I could push them out the frame. Not a big deal. Didn't take that much longer. And this is a Harbor Freight angle grinder, and this thing, it's a little warm right now. I'm gonna let it cool off, but they do pretty well. I've killed one, and I'm probably gonna kill this one. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure it's gonna happen. Because the next part of this is we're going to strip down all this rust and stuff off the frame using a wire wheel that attaches to this. So let me go find that and I'll show y'all that. The next step, I don't know how many numbers we're on, is I bought this 7-piece grinder brush kit from Harbor Freight. And in the kit, they have this wire wheel that attaches to the grinder. And they've got two different kinds. One has these more rigid grinding, they're thicker gauge wire. One has a little bit thinner. I'm going to be using this because it does a really good job, and if I have to use this I will, but I'm going to throw this on the grinder and then I'll show you guys how quickly it removes this stuff from the frame. Now, worth noting is I am going to use the face shield again, but this stuff gets pretty nasty, so you might want to wear a mask. I'm going to see if I can find one first, because that stuff will get in your nose. It's pretty gross. Okay, I did find me a mask, so I'm going to wear it. I'm telling you, this stuff is nasty. You don't want to do it without wearing those. Respiratory therapists, I promise you, it's a good idea. My helmet and my welding gloves, because they have some more wrist protection. But this guy here, I'm telling you, he's going to make some quick work out of getting this surface rust off this frame. Right, this frame is not rusty, it's just got the surface stuff, and we're going to coat it all before we put it back together. So yeah, let's show you how this stuff works, and then man, I'm just going to be cleaning frame for most of the day. So here we go. Look at that. Cleans up really, really fast. It almost polishes it too. And it looks awesome. So yeah, today's just going to be a whole lot of that. And then we're going to use a chemical that's going to etch it before we paint it. And I don't have that stuff yet, so I'm not sure how far we're going to get onto the video today. It might just be me cleaning this thing up and then waiting for the chemicals to come in and start painting. But yeah, it's just keep getting busy on cleaning this frame up. I gotta remember to do the bottom, and yeah, so much fun, let me tell you. here is the downfall of doing this with a wire wheel on the grinder. The upside is it works really, really well. I'm getting the inside of this done really well. Gonna kind of go over some of these areas again, but it's filthy. It's a filthy job, and I knew that this was going to be the problem or an issue, so I didn't wear anything nice today. But all this stuff is why I say it's real important to wear a mask. And when I was young and dumb, this stuff didn't matter to me, but especially since my profession just was taking care of lungs for a long time. Take care of your lungs. You don't want this stuff in your nose. This stuff is gross. This mask is helping a ton, and it's nasty. Just buy a mask if you're gonna go this route, and don't wear nice clothing. But it's going really, really well. I switched to the glasses, and they're getting kind of fogged over. It's hard for me to see, so I need to take a break. Plus, these things, man, you gotta, especially being a cheaper angle grinder, you gotta let them cool down. One thing that I always try to be cognizant of is making sure you don't block the inlet or the outlet when you're holding the tool. That way it lives a little longer. But all right, well, to a point where I can take a break, probably go get something to drink, and then we'll get back after it and just clean. So show you an update here in a little while, and we'll go from there. Well, I wish I had a scale, because I'm gonna guess that's probably like 2 pounds of dirt that came off the floor after cleaning the frame. Oh yeah, wow, that was filthy, and the floor's still kind of dirty. But look at this. It is stripped, I guess you could say, as best we can. What do you think? You approve? I guess not. But there's some nooks and crannies that are real hard to get to. But with the stuff that I'm putting on this, it may not be that big of a deal, because it kind of bonds, and it actually bonds by moisture. I was reading about it. But it's a KBS coating, and I've got it on the way. It won't be here till probably Thursday. So I think we're going to probably be done with the progress on this in this video today, which means it's probably going to be a really short video. It's been several hours for me, probably only a few minutes for you guys, but man, I'm super happy to have this thing all cleaned up. I still need to clean in here, but the chemical etch that comes in the kit with this will take care of some of that, so we won't have to worry about it too much. Over here had a whole bunch of mud and dirt, and I got all that out of there, which is nice. And well, thank God I have a Texas truck, because this frame's in perfect condition, and I wasn't expecting anything different than that. But I know that if you're in the northern states, you may not be as blessed here. Some of these frames, this is a real thin metal. I don't know how thick it is, maybe 3/16. I'm not 100% sure, but it's not very thick, and you can see the flex in it without those center supports in, which I still have to do. So there's my center support that I still have to clean that off, and the fuel tank support to do. So I'm still gonna do that, but right now I'm cooked. My shoulders are hurting. Like I said, I've been out here for a couple hours now, just going full bore in this thing, and it came out great. I can't wait to get it coated and then start getting on the heavy duty stuff. So I plan to pick up the rear end this week and bring it home, and we're gonna start stripping that thing and getting it ready. And well, just got to get that KBS coatings in, and we can get started on that, because that'll be a bit of a process. You kind of got to take your time. I'm going to get some plastic out, because that stuff, it's really adhesive. If it drops on the floor, it's not coming off the floor. So we got to be real careful with that. But that's a good thing, because it's going to protect this thing from rusting. And make it look all nice and pretty. And well, you know, if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it right, huh? Sometimes. All right, well, I'm gonna shut it down there. Look forward to next week when we start putting paint on this thing and start ordering parts to put it all back together. So this is part 3 of the 8.8 swap of how many, I don't know. But come along for the journey. If you're new to the channel and you have not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. We've got all kinds of projects like this. This is kind of a continuation of the last video. So I may have not told you what's going on, but this is my LS Swapped Dakota that we're putting an 8.8 in, obviously. And then we also have another twin turbo LS Swapped Dakota project over here. 63 Bel Air, 92 GMC Sonoma GT, my 68 Nova. And yeah, we have a lot of fun. So come along, subscribe, have fun with us. If you already are subscribed, as I always say, thank you guys so much. Anyways, I'm gonna go get cleaned up and shut it down and enjoy the rest of my Sunday. Hope you do the same, whatever day you're watching this video on. All right, until next time, you guys know the deal. Y'all be good.